How's the family, Jagadish?
Oh, good.
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 Oh, welcome.
Spiritual master.
Welcome.
Hi, Prabhupada.
Yes. Very good, very good, very good. How are you?
Hi.
Oh,
This is my wife, Emily.
You?
Emily.
Emily, yes.
Emily. Oh, yes, I heard that name. Mm.
This is our daughter.
Uh-huh.
Here she is.
Yes, very good.
Say hi. She's 2 months today.
2 months. Ah,
Yes. Not ready for pastimes yet, but
yeah, wait few years.
yeah.
Then you will see. So, how are you?
Doing good. Working a lot. Working a lot. But even when I'm at work, I always try and stay engaged in one of those nine activities of devotional service.
Oh, okay.
Mainly when I'm at work, I do have breaks, and I'll chant a few rounds. I'll read a few lines of the Bhagavatam. But remembering, I always try to remember Lord Krishna, my Guru, take some prasadam. Yes.
That is good. Remembering. So, how are you?
Good.
First time you came.
Yes,
huh?
yes, finally made it down here. Thank you for having us.
Yes, all Lord's mercy. Your origin is from where?
Well, my mom is actually Puerto Rican, and my dad is from Ecuador.
Ecuador.
Yes, South America. So yes, I come from a Hispanic household. I speak Spanish, so that's like the.
That is good. We will have another speaker
Yeah.
speaking language. That is good.
Yes, I speak fluent Spanish. I can read and write as well. So yeah, but I'm from here. I was born in Oklahoma, and I grew up my whole life pretty much in Texas. So yeah.
Oh,
My mom's from
Okay.
Colombia,
Oh,
but I don't
okay.
speak fluent Spanish. I know some Spanish, but I'm not fluent.
Okay, Colombia. I know some Colombian people.
Say hi, Gurudev.
she is hungry.
Yeah, she looks like it.
Yeah.
You want to eat some?
Yeah, so my wife, she's been reading the Hari Lila,
Oh yes.
and she's been discussing with me, because I haven't read
Mm.
the Hari Lila. I'm still on the Bhagavatam. And, you know, I've heard a lot of the stories already from the Bhagavatam associated with devotees in the past, but she's telling me about pastimes that I've never even heard. I'm like, wow, really? So that Hari Lila has so many different pastimes that aren't, you know, necessarily discussed in the Srimad Bhagavatam outright. Only a pure devotee would really know those stories. Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Very
is hungry.
interesting.
You have to give her milk. Just imagine this little big body will become this big body.
I know, it's very
After
crazy.
some time.
She's already grown so much.
Person
already.
will be same, but the body will be different. The body changes.
So we were all like this at one point.
But we have not realized. Some realized. Those who realize, they become devotees. Everybody goes through all this, but some realize that I was so small, and I became bigger, and I become young man or woman. Then I become old person and die. That's what we want. Hungry.
sleepy. She hasn't had a nap yet.
After eating, sleeping is required.
I'll move around with her a little bit. Sometimes she just likes to move around. That's okay, Gurudev? Is that alright? Thank you.
Yes, but I've been reading the Hari Leela, very interesting.
Mm.
Very interesting. I've been highlighting all the, points that I find like interesting and, things that I'm like learning new, because obviously I do know a lot from him telling me things as well. So yeah, it's very interesting. Been enjoying it a lot.
God is the source of everything. What we see with our open eyes, what we conceive within our mind, what we create within our brain. It's all created by Him. Everything. Material nature works under His direction. Without Him, there is nothing. So, how to surrender unto Him? How? By contemplating, speculating, we cannot surrender. We have to find a procedure. That procedure is told by Him in the scriptures. So you are reading a scripture. These are not stories. Now, sometimes He wants to come and see us. When He comes to see us, some of them see Him, not all of them. Not everybody sees God. God is all transcendental, spiritual. He's not from this world. His body is not made of flesh and bones and muscles and skin. He doesn't go to toilet. He doesn't need to. See? So, how can everybody see? Everybody cannot see Him. To see God, you have to be prepared, means purified. Then only you can see God. So God comes once in a while to see His world, how the world is working, which He created. Like you create a big factory, how it is working, how people and the workers are doing, how production is coming out. Once in a while, you go there because it's your company. So similarly, this world is creation of Him. And once upon a time, once in a while, He comes out here to see how everybody is doing. So there may be, in your company, you made a big company, big factory. There may be 10,000 people working. Not everybody will see you when you go there to see the company. See? Similarly, everybody don't see God. To see God, one has to have sufficient merit. Washing sins is required. Like cloth becomes dirty after some time, then it needs water, needs soap and water and some service. So 3 things are required to clean up. So similarly, there are 3 things required to clean our soul, which has become dirty, like that. The scriptures, the service, and the guru. See? Then the soul is washed. Sometimes person cannot wash their own clothes. They require a washing person. The servant comes. Nowadays machine created. But previously there were no machines. So sometimes we cannot wash our sins. So we need somebody to wash our sins. And that is called Guru. Please, I cannot do it. Please help me. So like that. Guru is a medium between the devotee, a person, and God is a person, middle person. It's like a plug, like a switch. Powerhouse and your light bulb and the switch. You don't need a switch. Why do I need a switch? I don't want a switch. I will turn directly connected to the powerhouse. Powerhouse got lots of current and will burn your bulb. So similarly, we cannot directly connect to God. Direct service to God is not, oh God! That may be good, But direct service to God is not possible. We have to go through medium. That is called switch. You turn off and turn on. There is a controlled current coming into our bulb. So it is not becoming fused like that. Mhm. So what did you think about the first chapter?
I mean, it's all been so interesting. Like, honestly, I tell him that.
It's in there.
Yeah.
You
in
highlighted
prep,
a lot of
so
stuff.
that way I can get the stuff that I've highlighted and stuff.
Your day? That's for you.
Mhm.
So I'm currently just about to start chapter 7. Lord Krishna fulfills the desires of the gopis. Let's see, chapter 1. The unborn God takes birth on earth. Yes. Yeah, I really found this part interesting where it says that when we establish a connection with God, we can ask God anything we want and clear our problems.
Mhm.
I found that part very...
Just like I have a problem with my boss, I call him up, tell him. And he hears because he knows I am really honest servant. I'm in his employee, in his company, he's working on the job, and I call him, then he listens, and whatever problem I have, I can tell him, look, this guy is disturbing me. Or my leg is aching today, or I have a headache, or tell him something, then he will give the solution. Have a little break, sit down, take that pill is there. Something he will say. So similarly, we are creation of God. And we are under His supervision. When we surrender unto Him and we have some problem, and He will surely help. Guarantee you for this. God is a person because we are persons. We are born from Him. Like your baby is born from you. Looks like human being because we are human beings. Similarly, God is a person and we are all born from Him. Like that.
Gurudev, one thing my wife always mentions, and it is hard for her to understand, is that she says, you tell me to read, you tell me to chant, but I don't feel it from my heart. So then the question posed is devotion something that you can teach? Does somebody know automatically how to love God, or can they be taught how to love God?
Yeah. Love is dormantly lying in everyone's heart. It has to be taught. We are born in this world. We are taught how to love by mother, by father, my children. We are only taught that much. If somebody don't have any children, they will buy a dog. They will start loving the dog or a cat. So the love is there within us. It has to be directed right way. So the direction of love is taught by Guru. Just like there is a flood coming in and engineers are assigned to build a canal. They will direct the water so they can water the agricultural field. Water can go there instead of wasted. So similarly, our love is being wasted. We love our bodily extensions. We love our nation. We love our body, my friend, my husband, my wife, my children. We love these things. Of course, this is not rejected. But our main love should go to God, because God loves us. We were born alone, we brought nothing with us. What did the baby bring? Only cry. What did she learn as soon as she landed on this earth? She learned crying. So we only know how to suffer. We don't know how to enjoy. We were taught here. The second, baby will smile. So the second thing we learn is how to smile or laugh. First is so simple. Let's say, for example, I take some oil, perfume and massage here. Hand will not bless. Hand will say nothing. No response will come. But if I take a little blade and cut it, immediately it will jump. Because it's meant for suffer. The body is meant for suffering. Only pains are experienced by body. Pleasure is secondary because second thing we learn is pleasure. First thing we learn is cry. So, pleasure should be permanent, not temporary. When we enjoy, like husband is enjoying the wife or wife is enjoying the husband, at that time wife is thinking she's enjoying the husband. And husband is thinking, I'm enjoying my wife. Who's enjoying who? Did you catch me? There is no pleasure in this world. Pleasure is temporary. We are enjoying for a few minutes and we are thinking he's enjoying me, or I'm thinking her and she's enjoying me. But somebody else is enjoying between us, that is God. So the God has permanent pleasure with him. When we connect to him, we get that permanent pleasure. When we are tuned to material pleasures, material relations, connections, our mind only goes to material things, even though we want to go to spiritual things and get permanent pleasure. So at that time Guru comes in to build a wall so you can enjoy permanent pleasure in which temporary pleasure is included. Money, paper is included. But in paper, money is not included. You get a paper, this piece of paper is not called money, but money, $100 bill, got paper and money. So similarly, when we connect to spirituality, at that time we get transcendental pleasure which does not cease, is permanent. In that we have temporary pleasure too. Why? Because we do not deny worldly things. We accept them. Like the Hrishikesha Hrishikena Sevanam Bhaktiruchyate. We take material things, material senses and engage them in the service of God. So God, look, I prepared this pudding, it's yours. Grains were yours, sugar was yours, all fire was yours, everything was yours. I brought nothing when I was born. I made this pudding. Please enjoy. So he does not take the pudding away. Pudding remains there. I will enjoy it. But at least he thought that I thought of him. You see, like that.
So I guess because I was brought up in a Christian household, so this part was really interesting because I've always been somewhat of a, I guess you can say, more open-minded, and I understand other things more so than I guess my family does. So this part right here where it says, but if someone is open-minded, that person can develop an optimistic attitude towards God and gradually progress to understand God.
Yes. First we have to have faith. Oh God, there is God. Yes, there is God. Must be open-minded means must be flexible. So it can be molded. If it's a dry lump of mud, I cannot mold it. But if it is soft, I can put in a, what do you call that thing?
Mold.
Mold. Put in a mold and made it into a parrot. This was a piece of mud, but now it looks like a parrot. See? So when we have open mind, then we have faith. In that faith, everything works.
Gurudev, are there multiple paths to God? Because one thing that a lot of, I would say, devout Christians, devout Muslims, people that are devout in their own mind, they believe, oh, only the Jews are saved, or only the Christians are saved, or only the Muslims are saved. Are there many paths to God, or is only one type of person saved?
There are many paths created later. There was only one in the beginning. Later on, 3,000 years ago, Jewish religion came. 2,000 years ago, Christianity came. What was 2,000 or 3,000 years ago? What was my faith? I existed then. That was Vedic scriptures. These are written in the language of God. Like say for instance, you are a big scientist. You created a machine. And how to run the machine, you have to write a book. So you have a particular language. You write in your language. You cannot go to China and learn a language and write a book how to run the machine. You write in your language. So you wrote the book, how to run the machine and what is the benefit from the machine, like that. I got that book because I want machine too. I want to use the machine. And I read it. I couldn't read it because it's your language. I had difficulty. So I speculated and I heard something from you. I heard your lecture. But then I wrote one book in my language. Did you catch me? So I wrote a book in my language and that happened to be Hebrew language. So I wrote the Hebrew language and I called, okay, this is the name of the book. But actually, originally there was a language of God called Sanskrit. Sanskrit means Devanagari. Deva means God and Nagari means language. Language of God. God created this machine, the world, and this body created by Him. He wrote a book. I'm sending you into my machine, my creation, how to use that creation. He wrote a book, how to live in this world. Where you have come from, how his body is changing, where will you go after death. Everything he wrote it down, but in his language. So when we were taught in that language, then we could read that book. But not everybody could read that book. Like your language, only some portion will read the book. But after that, me, like coming from India, I won't know that language. But I heard your lecture, your seminars and all that about the machine. I bought the machine and I heard something and took the book, but I can't read it all the way. So I wrote down a book, thinking what you have said something. So every path directs towards God, but falls short. Don't reach all the way, except the language is written by Him, except the path that is written by Him. God wrote books. He wrote the book. That path is the perfect path. We follow that path. I came to this part of the world to teach that path. That path is not Indian path or is not American path. It is a path of all human beings, path of God given for them. Like that.
It's interesting, Swamiji, that even the scientists say most of the languages of Europe, a lot of the world, they call it Indo-Iranian or Indo-Germanic. They always use that word Indo. Because it means there's a root that goes back to the Indo languages, India. They're just not sure where it originates. Even though it says they call it Indo, it's obviously it's from India. See, science points that way.
Mm-hmm.
And the number system, Swamiji, what do you call the number system in Sanskrit?
Ganit.
So they call it Arabic numerals, right?
Mhm.
But they got it from India.
Mm. So what's mm. So Gurudev, that brings to my mind a question because I kind of understand it, but from the Vedic philosophy then, what is the origin of humankind? Where did we come from? The humans that are here. What is the creation story?
Came from, I already spoke just now, came from him.
Mm-hmm.
Original source. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattaha sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajanti mam bhutha bhava samandita. In due course of time you will get that book called the Bhagavad Gita. You will read that book. Now you are enjoying the stories and pastimes of God, how He relates to His devotees. Later on you will read the science called spiritual science. There He says, I am the source of everything. Everything has come from me. We all came from Him. When we all came from Him, we are indebted to Him. Because He's supplying everything to us. There is nothing we can create. Say, for example, we created this table, but the wood came from God. My skill, God, intelligence came from God. The strength, the power to do the work came from God. So everything is God. You invite a carpenter in your house to make a closet, and gave him the wood and gave him his salary, and then he said, oh, I made it, it's mine, it's not yours. I said, sir, I rented you. So God gave everything, and after that we say, we prepared it, it's our house, our this, our that. But it's all temporary, it's called Maya.
Oh yeah, this part I also found very interesting because I didn't know that. It says, in this way Radha is considered to be better than Lord Krishna, and that is why her name is always chanted before Lord Krishna's name.
Mm-hmm. We call it Radha Krishna.
Yeah.
Mm. We call mom and pop. We call mummy and daddy. We call Sita and Ram. Because energy is first than the energetic. Radhe is name of energy of God. It's a personality. Energy produces, but when energetic is connected to the energy, then production comes. Like that. So we chant Radhe first. Radhe means Krishna's pleasure potency.
How can one, I guess, find that within themselves to like let go of the like material world, the things that, we're so used to, that we're so.
No, we don't. Prapanchikataya buddhya hari sambandhi vastunaha. Mumukhi parityago falgu vairagya katyate. This question was asked a long time ago, 5,000 years ago. You don't know, but I know. That same question was asked long time ago, and the answer was, you don't need to relinquish anything. Only divert your attachment. Now you are attached to the body and family. You bring that attachment to God. Just attachment needs transfer. Nothing else. And we don't know the science to divert the attachment, so Guru teaches. That's where the Guru gets involved. Yena kena prakarena mana Krishne niveshayet. Whatever it takes, Guru will take the disciple and engage in the service of God. It doesn't matter. Sometimes you have to talk strictly to a disciple. Sometimes you have to talk softly to a disciple. Sometimes disciple does not listen with soft, sweet words, so has to be spoken strict words. Whatever way it takes, Guru is in charge to divert the attention and attachment of a disciple to spirituality. So we don't need to relinquish anything, because creation of God. This house is also creation of God. We may be created the shape, but the word and everything came from Him. We took. So it is all also God's. We are here. So how to live? How to be unattached to this house, for example. When we think this house belongs to God and we have to pay mortgage payment, so we think it's God's house, I got to pay. We produce a baby, it's my baby or my baby. It's not my baby. So there are so many ladies which are barren, cannot produce children. So why I produced child, not that lady? Because God wanted me to have a child. So this mind of thought should be there. It's God's child. It's hungry now, let me feed. It's sleepy now, let me take care. Past urine, let me take care of. First stool, let me wash. Grew up, let me educate. So all this in the thought of his God's child, given to me to take care. That is the procedure. So only diverting material attachment into spiritual attachment. We have everything. God don't say don't have anything. God don't say give up your house and your car, your husband, your children and go in Himalayas and do meditation. No, God don't say that. God says have everything, but have me too. You have 99 things, make it complete by putting God into it. So it's 100. Like that. That is Krishna consciousness. That is spirituality.
Right here it says, a normal living entity comes into a womb accepting A material body composed of material elements just to experience the reactions of previously acquired karma.
Yes, that is called law of karma.
So meaning that, like in our previous lives, that's what this life gives us.
Yes, whatever you deposited in the bank, you are withdrawing now. Either it is negative or it is positive. Either you have enough good karma or it's bad karma. For bad karma, we are having problems, whatever problem we face through. Say, for example, I took a surfing board and entered into the ocean and saw very nice waves coming in, and I went there and I enjoyed for half an hour, but I had such bad karma and there came a shark. Shark came there and cut my leg. Did it catch me? I didn't want a shark there. I wanted to enjoy it. But I had some bad karma there too. So that bad karma I have to pay here. So, law of karma leaves no one. No one can escape from the karma what they have done already. Whatever we have done, we are reaping now. This is the crop we are having. Whatever experiences, good and nice and whatnot we have, that is all our karma. Now, what karma we are doing now at this present body life, that we are depositing in there for future life. See, this is chakram parvartantante dukkhani ja sukhani ja. This is karma wheel we are going in. So now when we are inside the wheel, we cannot come out. So that's what the Guru is wanted. Guru holds that, picks up. So when we come out from the cycle of karma, then we become free. That's where spiritual life involves. Spiritual life gets you out from the clutches of karma. Devotee is not within the karma field, is out of the. If the devotee is perfect. There are many people who show up as a devotee. No, that kind of we cannot. Oh, I am a devotee, therefore I am out of karma. No, you have to be a real devotee to be out of karma. So like that. Real thing is taught by Guru. Guru teaches the real thing. When you learn that real thing and you have to practice, Guru will not practice for you. You have to practice it. Guru will teach you, like you will teach your baby how to walk. After some time the baby will walk. You will not walk for the baby. Like that. If the baby don't want to walk right, what can you do? Only you can tell, hey baby, walk right. Don't go through, jump through the window, go through this way. But you don't want. Because there's so much ego inside. So that is not required. So we want to come out of karma, then we got to get out of that wheel. Whatever we are reaping now, what we are experiencing now, is only due to our past karma. Whatever we will do in this life, that we have done so far, and we are doing right now, that is for future deposit. So future deposit can be cancelled by Guru. When you learn spiritual life. Very good. Your name is Emily. Very good. Good name.
I was always taught that the love of God is like a father, and so I found it really interesting also right here that it says the real devotees also develop relationships with God as his servant, as his friend, as his parent, and as his lovers, or even in the passive way called neutral love. So every person has their own way of believing.
Say for example, in Guru's house, you found a deer or a lion. a cub which around Guru. He's a pet for Guru. So that deer or that animal also wants to love Guru as the disciples do. Disciples can do, they can cook, they can clean, they can do so many things, they can talk. But this guy cannot talk. This guy cannot go in the kitchen and cook. This guy cannot give massage to the feet of the Guru, cannot pay obeisances. Maybe he can learn paying obeisances, but cannot respond, cannot ask things. They're asking, they're talking, he's seeing, the animal is seeing. But it loves. Love is there. He will come and sit down here and lick the foot. He wants to come and up. Did he catch me? That is called passive love. The passive mode. I got a parrot. Parrot is making sound and comes in flying around, sits here because he loves the Guru. This is the main person here in this house. I got to love him. So that is called passive love. Now, there is a normal love. That is love. We love God as creator. Oh God, I find him in trouble. Oh God, what did I do? I got this headache. What wrong I did? I got this involvement. Something like that. So this is a prayer of a devotee. It's a servant. Like a servant is praying to the master. Oh master, what can I do for you? Something like that. Or there is a love called friendship love. I want to be a friend, and that is better love than having a servant. Because friend talks as equal, sits down and have a drink or talk. But the servant is doing service, got responsibilities. So it's better to be a friend of God than the parent of God. Look how this taking care of the baby. Friend will not do that. Friend, they're two equal, you know. Who are you? I have to lift you on my lap. Something like that. So become parent of God. So serve God. Service to God is everywhere. Doesn't matter what love you have. The friend serves friend, servant serves boss, parent serves baby. So when you think God is your baby, then you serve God. Like that. And the lover, you want to love God, you want to dance with Him, you want to laugh with Him, you want to do so many things, you want to have movements, go to different worlds, move around with Him, that is different. So, every kind of love is allowed in spirituality, not just to the Father. Oh Father, give me my daily bread. But begging is not allowed alone, one thing. No, there are many things we want to give to God instead of begging from Him. When we give, He returns multiplied. That is like that. If I please my boss, He will do many things for me. Like that. So He is the creator, master, boss, everything for us. Like that. Mm-hmm. Hari Govinda. First we have to clean the system. The system is given to us by God, this body. This is a system. We have to clean this first. Then there is a system. This is a gross system. There is a subtle system called mind. That we will go later on. First we have to clean this body. Body needs cleaning by living perfectly, properly. It's called way of living. Sanatana Dharma or spiritual life teaches you very first thing how to live properly. God created vegetables, fruits, milk products, sugar, salt, grains, nuts, all this is creation of God. He created for us. He said, whatever I eat, you should eat because you are my child. So we were given all this. Food grains, vegetables, fruits, milk products, and nuts, sugar, salt. He gave this. And then he wrote down how to prepare a sumptuous dish out of all these things. He wrote. We have all these books. If you read those, then you will find so many things there. He wrote and he gave them names. Each preparation has names. You see? So he personally taught. He wrote and demonstrated how to do it. If we live the way he wanted us to live, then our system becomes clean. When system is clean, then our thoughts will become clean because we go to mental platform. Above the physical platform, there is a mental platform. In mental platform is subtle platform. We think many ways and many things, which are not even seen by us. We end up thinking about that. So that mind thinking will be proper if our system is clean. We must cook pure vegetarian food and offer it to God first. Then we eat, the system will be clean. When the system is clean, then our thoughts will become clean. Like that.
Ask him about the dairy, like you always ask me. You know, you can ask him.
Oh, yeah.
What happened?
Because I'm actually vegan, so I don't eat dairy products either. But I always ask him, you know, if, for example, like, you know, the dairy industry, when it takes its cows, they suffer because they are taken from their.
They torture the cows.
They torture the cows in the dairy industry.
I don't know if you've ever seen videos, but if you watch a video on how dairy is.
The dairy farms, yeah.
Dairy farms nowadays, the cows are suffering. They take the babies, they slap the cow, they push them, and they pull the milk out. And for her, she doesn't understand how then is milk considered pure if the cow is suffering so much. So that's why she doesn't take dairy either, because she doesn't want to cause suffering for the cow from her taking milk.
So milk product is essential for our brain substance. Annad dasagunam pishtam, pishtat dasagunam dugdham. 10 times better for brain substance is milk from food. 10 times better than food is milk product. Dugdhat dasagunam ghritam. Better than drinking milk is taking ghee. Ghee is a purified butter. See? So that is required. God said that. They kill cows. They kill the calf. I heard India is sending, every day plane goes, they have to abort the baby of the cow and send it to the king of Saudi Arabia. They will send it there. India is sending because they want Brahmin cow. You heard of Brahmin cow? Brahmin cow is creation of God. Loved that cow, not the cows which looks different. They look very beautiful. We have one cow so beautiful you only want to look at that cow. That is Brahmin cow. They have to abort the baby, take out fresh and right away to the plane and goes Saudi Arabia. The king will eat that food. That is by force making cow suffer. But if the cow is properly milked or improperly milked, when cow is milked, she feels comfortable. Because God has made nature in such a way that a cow has to produce milk, man has to drink, human being has to drink the milk. Or baby cannot drink all the milk, will get indigestion, possibly will die in few days. All the milk cannot be drunk by baby. God created this much milk, a baby can take only this much. What happens to the other one? If we leave on the cow, cow will go through pains. So milk has to be milk all the way. So that is, milk is taken from the cow for human beings. God gave that. Like Bible also says, animals are created to be used by humans. So that they say. But they say this way, but they don't say that it should not be killed, should be happily used. You see? Yes. So we happily use. Now, in the western part of the world, they have a machine, they will suck the milk out of the cow. After sucking the milk, cow feels comfortable. If you don't suck out the milk, cow will be miserable, possibly will die in 2 days, 2 days. So it is comfortable, even though by force they are sucking the milk from the machine. In India I don't have machine because cow gives only 5 liters, 1 gallon of milk in a day. So they get it with the hand because half a gallon will be drunk by the calf and 1 gallon will be taken by human beings. So the cow is very happy. Cow, when you go near the cow, she will lick you. You call it? What do you call? In your language? Eh?
Yes,
Lick.
Lick.
It will lick so happy. You just do like this, the cow is so happy. And very happy. When you are doing like this and she knows you are the nice guy, and then she will give you a little more milk. Usually give 1 gallon, now will give 1 1/4 gallon. So milk product should be accepted because it's a food for the brain. 10 times better than vegetable food. Normal food is milk. Better than that is ghee. So we take ghee, butter on milk. Milk products, yogurt, milk, whatever has there, we take. It should be taken because God drank that. God drank. He went with a bowl, give me the milk, I want milk, mommy give me milk. Because there was a devotee who, you will see later on possibly, there was a devotee who wanted God to become her child. So God came in child because she's such a pure devotee, has to fulfill the desires. Did not take birth from him, from her. But give me a child, she forgot, she is not born from me, she forgot, oh, my child, yeah, born from me, yes. So, one day Krishna gave me milk, I want right now, I want milk. So she's milking the cow, she gave, I want directly. So God went, Krishna went and drank milk directly from the cow. See? So God is so happy. He drinks milk, why I am his baby not drink milk? That is not right. So vegans, they started just recently. I never heard this word 30 years ago, 40 years ago. I never heard that word. Maybe they know. They are also 60, 70 years old. They're supposed to tell me they never heard this word. So this word came recently for somebody who went to the slaughterhouse and seen all these problems. So they have their problem, how I can tell them, please don't have problems. But they don't want to listen, they want to have problems. Okay, sir, I don't want problems. They want to eat animals. I tell them, please don't eat animals. They also want to live. Why you want to harm them? They don't want to listen because they taste good maybe for them. I never ate, so I don't know. But they want to eat. Okay. At least I can save some. But that does not mean I break the law of God. God created milk products for the benefit of humankind. If I don't follow, I'm breaking the law. And it's a common sense. If cow has 4 gallons of milk in her udders, and I don't bring out that milk, how much problems she will suffer. Mother has given birth to a baby, she brought some milk. A baby don't suck the milk, how much pain she has through. So that you know, but I only know scriptures. So we are giving comfort to the cow by taking the milks. She's not suffering, she's happy. Even by force we are taking milk. It doesn't matter how we took the milk. It's essential is the substance. You don't kill a cow to get milk. You don't kill a plant when you take fruit. When you take an apple, you are not killing the plant. When you're taking some nuts, you are not killing the plant. You are taking vegetables, you are not killing the plant. Root is still there. So we are harmless. When we drink milk, we are giving comfort to somebody. We are comforting somebody. And that is my food for the brain. So I drink milk. It's a new religion now. I heard our Bill Clinton is a vegan because of his daughter. That's what I heard on the news a long time ago, 4, 5, 4, how many years ago, I don't remember. And that word came later on. That process came later on. If you fly in the airline, they will put you in vegan platform. I don't eat anything from them, not eat nothing. I carry my food with me. But they will call you vegan. But and I came 40 years ago, I never heard that word. Yeah. So we don't want to follow anything which is new, but we want to follow ever fresh process. Spiritual life is ever fresh, never old, and is the oldest. Began before the creation. Before you created the machine, you already created a map, a diagram, what kind of machine you will make and what benefit you will get out of it. So before this creation came, the books were written. See? So this is the oldest, but it's the newest because it never becomes old, which is God's process. The question was asked to me in Italy. That was, I think, 88 or 87. I was in Italy for a long time. So, a few months. And there they asked, must be this religion of vegans came at that time, I think. So they asked me that. So they asked, oh, milk is not good for you, milk comes from torturing some animals, No, you don't, you become a cow. And then I'll tell you how much torture you get, I get your milk. God is creating everyday milk inside the cow. If you don't suck her out, how much problems she will face. But if you take her head and cut off, that's where the problem is. You cut her leg off, you suffer. But you take milk, she's very comfortable. They started drinking milk. Can you imagine that? That I remembered. Yes, it happened to me in 1987 in Italy. So drinking milk is very healthy. Not over drinking, but drinking milk. After boiling it, cool it down to drinkable, put a little sugar if you want, and you drink, because naturally sweet. Cow's milk is naturally sweet. If you go to Himalayas and you drink 1 cup of milk, I think it's out of this world, because they eat herbs. The herbs and medicines on the Himalayas, there are no grass, only herbs are there. You see the slopes are on the hills. There's only, and Ganges is there, though. These Arabs drink Ganges water, and the cows eat it, and cows, all the small cows, not big cows, and you drink their milk. They're all happy. There, 2 days ago we had some deers here. The deer came with a baby some time ago, and the baby is sucking the milk from the mother. She only has that much milk, enough for the baby. That's why God did not tell us, you drink deer milk. See? She only has that much milk. Elephant has only that much milk. But cow has more milk because God gave for us. You drink milk. He gave enough milk for the baby and for us. If baby is let drink whole milk, it will die in 2 days. They cannot drink the milk so much like that.
Gurudev, there were two words that you had used in the scripture, and you kind of inside the Srimad Bhagavatam, Kaliya's pastimes, the Kaliya serpent pastime, subduing the Kaliya serpent. I'm reading that right now, and you used two words. You elaborated a little bit on it, but I still didn't fully understand. Nivritti and pravritti. What is the difference there?
Nivritti mark is my mark. Marga means pathways. Pathways of renunciation, pathways to worldly life. Through these both we go back to Godhead. There are two pathways to God. There are no three. There are only two. One pathway is to renounce the world. I don't want to enter into this world, and possibly I will get lost, or I will forget God once in a while. Possibly my attention, all attention will be taken by here in this attachment, path of attachment. Therefore I resign. We become renunciants. The another path is path of attachment. We go through wife and husband, children, house, car, all this. Go through that one. So there are two paths to go to God. One path is thoroughly to have no headaches of world. Another path is go through the headache and problems of life and want to go to God. But in that path there is no guarantee that you will remain attached to God. Because when wife comes, you are lost. You don't remember God. When husband comes, you don't remember God at that time. Hey, my dear, honey. I heard the word honey. There, honey, I heard, first time in my life I heard in 1986, I think. I never heard that word. I knew what honey is in the bottle. That was my upbringing. But I never heard a person calling another person honey. All right? My dear honey, and then you forget God. When baby came and then you forgot God, you want to take care of the baby, and the baby grows and speaks in different language, and then you forgot, you go to job, you got friends, you got a headache, problems and loss and gain and all these parties. You can forget God. There is no guarantee in this path. You can remember God all the time now. But if you are attached to Guru, then you remember Guru at the time. At that time, you can think, yeah, I got a guru. He told me this. I promised this. I got to keep my promise to my guru. That's where you get liberation in your hand. Liberation comes in your hand when you think, I promised this to my guru, I can keep it. That is medicine. There is no another medicine. There is fungus. Material life is like a fungus, it's family life. Very difficult. You have to get a medicine. A medicine is had by the guru. This material medicine, this material fungus will come out by putting the medicine of words given to Guru. Guru will ask, what are the 4 regular principles? No meat eating. Wow, today's, what is that party? I never saw a turkey in my life. I never heard that word. Okay, when I came to this country, just 2 days later it was a turkey day. What do you call that day?
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. And there was a front page article in the newspaper. The newspaper came to the temple and looked, what is this? So this is turkey, one man standing in middle of all thousands of turkeys in the picture. So today is turkey day. I have a family, my mother, father, brother, sister. I got to go there. Hey, listen, yeah, sweet's good, sounds good, you know. What happens at that time? Oh, I gave a word to my guru. I will not eat meat. Oh, I gave word to my guru. I will not take drugs. Oh, I gave my word to my guru. Oh, that's it. If that is forgotten, that's where the problem begins. Normal person commits a crime, is taken as normal. But if policeman commits a crime, that becomes abnormal. So it becomes abnormal for a disciple to break law. Oh, I forgot. That cannot happen. There is no forgetfulness there because you have to remember. So there are pathways. The path of renunciation and path of worldly life. We are in worldly life, so we got to remember that we have given some words, promise to our Guru. We got to keep. Because that will keep your system clean. Guru helps. Not always he is with you, but he is there here. Yes, the memory. Yeah, I did my promise. I got to keep it. No matter what happens, I got to keep. Then you have liberation in your hand. Here it is. You will not be involved in law of karma anymore. It is in our hand to become free from karma or remain in the karma. It's we have to make. Guru can only guide.
Gurudev, do you let your disciples take a bath in Radhakund and Shyamakund?
I tell them how to take bath. There is a proper procedure. Because Radha Kund is created for people to become purified. So it is better than taking bath in Ganges, in Yamuna, or any holy places in this planet. Better, best is Radha Kund. You were gone there. But what happened was, Prabhupada wrote a book about Radha Kund, one that is very nice. And the devotees, they just went and bought tubes, tie a tube, the tubes, and fill up with the air, and jumped inside whole day, leg this side, head that side, in the middle, center is a tube. Whole day they loiter there, whole day they don't come out where they're urinating. If you touch water for a long time, you got to pass urine. So they are urinating there. So Prabhupada found out that, and he wrote a very heavy letter barring all his devotees not to take bath. He told them not to take bath. I was there at that time. Letter was read. He sent that letter to Vrindavan. What happened was, no devotee complained about this. Only people complained. The sadhus there, the devotees living near Radha Kund, they complained to Prabhupada, wrote a letter. You see, Prabhupada didn't find out from us, none of us. I did not know because I was going and collecting money. But one letter came at that time, Krsna brought me there, maybe. I heard that letter. They were reading it in the temple. So there is a proper procedure for everything. When you follow a procedure, you get good result. If you don't follow a procedure, you get no good result. Say, for example, you called up here, I am coming. So you are coming, I also know, because you told over the phone, I am coming. All right? So I know you are coming, you know you are coming, and the door is locked. What you should do? And with big music is being played, for something is going on program, I couldn't hear that you not. Should you put the door or break a window and come in? Did you catch me? Everything has a procedure. We follow procedure, then we get good result. We don't follow procedure, then how can we? You want to come in. I know you will come in. You know you are coming in. And there is a house. Only you knock the door, follow some procedure. But I couldn't hear the sound. Sometimes he stands 10 minutes outside. I didn't hear it. So, you kick the door. I'll pay for the door anyway. I earn enough. I pay for the door. Kick in! You came in. Lochan brought out his, there is a proper procedure. We follow proper procedure and everything is wonderful. Like that. Guru is a careful thing. When we becoming a student or a disciple of a guru is not alone can purify you. You have to follow. Guru can say something 3 times. After 3rd time, he is not bound to speak 4th time. But sometimes I have to speak same thing 100 times. Depends. Because person forgets or is careless or don't want to follow. One of these 3 things. So, following is important than just becoming a formal disciple. Guru is not a fashion. For a fashion you make him a guru or you become a disciple. That is offensive. If you become a disciple, you should be disciplined. If wherever you go wrong, you ask, or Guru, if sees, will tell how to become correct. Like that. We have a temple here, but it closes at 12 o'clock. If you came before 12, you could have directly gone and seen the temple and then come down next time when you come. 12 o'clock, temple closes.
So does God show like the love even if it's not like a pure devotee? Because I see like a lot of times when I've been reading it, it'll say like God bless them, the pure devotees, to fulfill their desires because it is His nature to fulfill the desire of His pure devotees.
So our goal is to become pure devotees. If somewhere we fell short, God helps. God helps. God loves everybody, just like you love me. You may have 4 kids, 3 kids, for example. And 2 of them are not following. What do? You take care of them too. You know, they're disobedient, they're creating some trouble in the house. Still you take care of them. You tell them some things, you take care of them, but you love those who really follow you. Do you catch me? So there are 2 kinds in that grade. So the best is to become pure devotees, a real devotee, a real heart-of-heart devotee, a devotee from the heart. When one becomes devotee from the heart, will never change in the life, never go back to doing something which is not wanted. So when we become fixed as devotees and not deviate from our path, after some time we will become pure devotees or real devotees, like that. We must be fixed that we got to become real devotees. That is the goal. Should be.
And what is considered fixed?
That I keep my words given to my master. My spiritual master asked me something, I gave him my words. And I'm not going back, reverse. Reverse nobody drives. Maybe you need reverse to turn around to drive, but you don't drive reverse. So reverse driving happens when we not follow what Guru wants. Guru wants us to become real devotees. A real devotee will become from a person who keeps the promise. So the household life is very difficult to become pure devotee until we remember, oh yeah, I gave my words. That is the medicine to become pure devotee while in the household.
I have some
Mukundi, somebody came in.
some kind of a worker. Yeah. I don't know who it is. It must be at the wrong house. They're looking for directions or something.
Okay, go.
What about, I'll go. Well, then,
No, you don't know this area, he knows.
Okay.
He's good.
Dude, I have some items. I don't know if I can offer it in front of other people. I would like to.
Why not?
Is that,
It's
is that
you.
okay?
Devotee means you don't care about who's there, who's not there.
I don't know the etiquette if it's correct. That's right. May I put this there whenever?
He's trying to sell something. She's selling something.
At drive time, you can save $1,000 an average if you down payment. Do you need a car? Yes. That's Bob's saving. We know that when you get approved to get a car at drive.
That was a song written by Bhakti Rakshar Sridhar Maharaj.
Sridhar Maharaj is the senior godbrother of my guru. Very learned, was a brahmachari. Brahmachari means a student, a beginner, celibate student of his guru, my grand guru. His guru means my grand guru. So, before my guru departed from this world, he told us, all his disciples, whenever you have any trouble, you can go and ask him something. And he went there and he told him, my disciples come and please advise, give advice. So I also went many times. He wrote this. He wrote this song for his guru. My grand guru, his guru, before passing away, he called Sridhar, come and sing bhajan in front of me. That song, that Rupa Goswami's song. He sang and then he passed away that way. He told me that. He loved me so much. Prabhupada already departed. He says, you stay under me and you become Acharya. This is all recorded. You become Acharya under my direction. I am married only once. I don't want to marry second time. I don't want to relinquish my guru and go to another one. Not possible. I didn't tell him that, but I kept inside my heart. I don't want to take shelter of anybody else. I sold my head to my guru. I will listen to nobody else. Period. Maybe directions are nice because Prabhupada says, so I go. I went there many times. He loved me so much. Oh, wonderful. He would become so happy when I went there. Because my place is Vrindavan. From there is about 1,000 and a half miles away, his place. I go there once in a while. I went. I never went alone, so I went with brothers, God brothers. Whenever I went, he was so happy, he would stand up and shout down, because he would stay second floor, hey, Brajavasi has come, make chapatis, because they all eat rice. We don't eat rice, because we are from Krishna's place and he's Lord Chaitanya's place. So there are 2,000 miles difference. So they eat rice, their food is rice. So make sure that he makes chapatis. He will shout down downstairs. He's so happy. He told me that you can become guru and acharya under my banner, you know. I said, oh, very good. But you are not allowed to do that. You are married only once. Near fire sacrifice, you accepted a master. You follow nobody else. You cannot even think of following. You cannot marry second. Not possible. This part of the world is different. But in the path you're reading, that is the real path. There is not allowed. You may be two bodies, I think I spoke to you. Two bodies, but one resolution, one thinking. You advise him and he tells you. Or if there is something gone wrong, then you tell him. When there is something needed, then he applies. That is the procedure. Two bodies, one resolution. So similarly, guru and disciple. Two bodies, one resolution. You become perfect. Oh yeah, I become perfect. That is the only difference. No other difference. Very nice. Very nice. You reminded me today. Yes. There is he wrote this bhajan for his glorification of his guru. Sridhar Maharaj, very learned person. He died, I think, 84, 85 years old, man. All right. Anything else? You have anything else? First time you're seeing? When they saw first time, why you're wearing these bed sheets? They called it bed sheets. I did not understand right away. Bed sheets. Bed sheets you put on the bed. I don't know. Why you're wearing bed sheets, man? Oh, bed sheets. So this color is standing for renunciation. This is renounced person. This color anybody wears is detached from the material life. His goal is to please God and direct others to come to God. Those who are married, they don't wear this. They wear white, usually white clothes. And because we work outside and this is western part of the world, so I allow civil dress, no problem. But I cannot wear civil dress. I will put civil dress. There is a devotee called Nagaraj, one of my godbrothers was assigned by the GBC. So I have to go to where? Indonesia. Mm-hmm. Indonesia, I have to go for preaching. So there is Muslim country. So they took me to the store, made these pants and shirt. Yeah, I felt, because I never wore. You know, if I put you some kinds of clothes, you will feel a little nervous or a little uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. So I felt like, you know, you got to get a visa and get entered into the country. I threw away those and put these clothes when I entered in there. Like that. So they may produce a photo of wearing this and having a wig. They put a wig. Nagaraj is the back Godhead magazine editor, chief now. He took me to the store. GVC told him that.
Mm.